And welcome back to the A-Spot Podcast. I'm Wilson.
I'm drunk. I'm Jay.
I'm Eric.
I'm also drunk, but I'm Mark. So what do we do?
Okay, so now
We tortured ourselves.
everybody on the planet after Batman vs Superman.
Wait. Wilson's hair was very well maintained before we started this.
I am
And
a prisoner.
clean cut.
I am going to blink the code to my coordinates so you can come and get me.
We started at 1 o'clock. It's now 9 p.m.
Don't let this fool you. There's a lot of lights that make it seem brighter than it actually is.
All right, so let's just explain what we did.
What do we do, Eric?
All right, so everybody and their mother, right after Batman vs Superman came out to the theater, did their own podcast or tear down or whatever stuff like that. We wanted to be a little bit different. We waited until the 3-hour R-rated version came out.
3 hours.
Wait,
Why was that rated R?
Hold on, let me finish explaining.
Yeah, I
then we can go to
know.
the
I'm
rage.
sorry, but you throw that out there, and I just gotta say.
We might be back for a second. Wait. What? That was rated R?
Yeah, hold on.
It was 3 hours. We drank for like 5 hours, though.
Is that what you're doing?
So-
long?
So we decided to
so
watch it,
painful.
and we started watching it, and we had to keep pausing because stuff was still confusing to us.
Because we had questions.
And we kept drinking.
Now, this is
I'm
what-
still drinking. Eric's drunk, dude. Don't let this fool you. Eric drank too.
And Eric doesn't
And
drink.
Eric doesn't drink normally, so.
He's drinking now.
Now, I'm not a drinker, but
Oh,
I
my
watched this movie.
Oh my god.
Cheers.
So,
Cheers. Oh,
to those who have fallen,
Iced tea.
let's
Anyway.
just kiss. All right, so now
Doing this podcast is the only thing that makes this day worth it at this point.
yeah,
I don't care if we watch it. We just have to do this to make it worth it.
honestly, my thing is I was caught.
Okay, so we watch it. Okay, all right.
Oh,
I didn't
by
get-
the way, this is a spoiler cast. So if you're one of the few lucky ones not to watch it,
Yeah, sure.
And we might also, because we also recently saw Suicide Squad, and we're probably going to get into the whole DC universe. This is going to be spoiler for all that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about basically.
And-
We're probably gonna talk about Man of Steel, B.V.S, and Suicide Squad just to get into the whole DC expanded universe.
Yeah.
Extended universe. Because you have to watch the extended versions to actually get the full
Motherfucker.
movie. Sorry.
All right.
Anyway,
Now, I think the best way to do this is to start with the good, and after those 2 minutes,
there's actually honestly, there's actually I gotta be.
there's
I gotta,
a lot of good.
There's some decent amount of good. I gotta be
Yeah.
honest.
Ben
First of all,
Affleck.
Ben Affleck is great. I think he's probably
Captain, my captain.
He's probably one of the
Ben
best
Affleck.
Batmans.
Yes.
I gotta be honest. If
Next
I
to Kevin Conroy.
yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah,
Kevin Conroy,
I agree with
He's
that.
probably second to Kevin Conroy. Like
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
definitely.
and
Like
I don't know if Kevin Conroy is because of my childhood, or if he's just that good at Batman.
And
I think
he's
it's
the
a it's a
longest
voice. I mean,
Batman.
first of all, like you have
Yeah.
a,
the
first
longest
of all-
playing Batman, sorry.
So first of all, let's talk about
He's the longest.
I don't know about that. but
let's
it's
talk
a-
about that for a second. There's a lot of contributing factors about like Batman the animated series being so good. You have Kevin Conroy's voice and the way he portrays Batman.
an
You have
art
to-
style that hasn't been used
Exactly.
since the 40s.
A decision to make the art style a hybrid of both the current times
Correct.
and the original times of the Batman. But you had those weird cars,
Even-
but they had cell phones.
But even technical stuff,
Like
like
still
they
that
were,
Art Deco architecture.
they were
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
they were drawing the art on black matted paper,
And
they
it
would
was
killing
killing
people, doing killing people.
They were killing people. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
All right, so what's called
For those playing at home,
what's the name of the guy who came up with this?
Bruce Timm?
Bruce Timm.
Bruce Timm?
Bruce Timm.
No,
Paul
the other guy.
Dini did the
Paul Dini.
writing.
Paul
Paul
Dini
Dini.
was
But
a
Bruce
writer.
Timm did their art.
Okay, so apparently the two of them decided that, you know what would be really cool? If we, to add to it, if we first painted all the pages black and then drew on that. Which is a great concept. But since, like, a lot of these things, like, many things get outsourced, apparently the in-between images were outsourced. So, they would send
So
it to
as the
China.
legend goes,
As the legend goes, they would send this to China, and they would have them done and stuff like that. And eventually the guys come back and go, do we really have to do it on, put the black ink first? It's killing our guys, and there really isn't a difference if we do it normally. Look, we know how to paint. And the guys goes, well, I mean, if it's killing your guys, I guess we can stop.
but again, it's the technical angle of that series that just made it work so well. That I
there
think
was
it
a lot
brought
of
new life into
Correct.
Batman, or it made a popular character stay relevant between movies.
You know what it did? It was called, in my opinion, Batman was always a thing for kids on TV. Like whenever you were watching it, it was all just cartoons and stuff like that. But the minute the Batman animated series came out, it was something where college students were watching it, older people were watching it because it was done so well. I remember a friend of mine who was 22 telling me he watches one of the first couple of scenes of Batman. He goes, "That guy's going through detox. He's got the shakes and stuff like that." Just one of the scenes that they were talking about. But they never said that in the thing, but they did it that way.
See, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that whole concept that it was this one that did it, only because I've watched every movie.
No.
I'm sorry.
We're a
different breed. Because,
yeah, I'm talking about
because I've always watched Batman in any of its cartoon style. So going back to Super Friends.
Yeah, but do you think that
But
was
then
called,
after that,
do you think
the
that
Adventures
was
of Batman and Robin, I watched also. And that was a little more adultish compared to Super Friends.
The Adventures
Oh
of
yeah,
Batman?
absolutely.
And Robin, was that the one after?
That was
after
the
the
Batman
animated
animated series,
Then
Adventures of Batman and
okay.
Robin, and then
No. What I'm talking about, after Super Friends, there was a short block of cartoons by Funimation.
But that, you don't count at that point. What are you,
Right.
7?
I don't know. I might have been 7 or in my teens. But
do
what
you-
I'm
hold on,
saying is
hold on,
that
hold on.
I've watched every incarnation
Yeah.
of Batman cartoons.
I understand that, but I'm saying,
Right.
do you think prior to the Batman animated series, people were watching Super Friends and that Batman and Robin series at 22, 23? Do you
don't
think?
know.
No,
I
I
that's
know
the
you
thing.
don't know. I'm asking, making an opinion. In your opinion, do you think that was happening?
Yes.
This is how they really talk to each other. By the way.
By the way, this is supposed to be a B.V.S. spoiler podcast, and we spend more time
I'm
on.
going to talk to him. We're going off script.
We don't have a script.
That's what I'm
That
going
might be
off
the
of it.
problem.
That's probably the
All
problem.
right, back to
Okay.
Batman vs Superman.
So anyway, like
let's start with the beginning.
regardless, like I think we all agreed that we appreciated the Batman the animated series as probably the best
Most
adaptation.
definitive.
Best adaptation from the comic book series.
Yes.
I think we can all be in
Yeah.
agreement about that.
I would say that the Batman animated series always
The Batman
gave you
animated-
stuff from the comic books.
The Batman animated series was so good that it did something that normally annoys the fuck out of me. It created stuff in the cartoon that became part of the comic book, and I loved it.
Yes.
Harlequin
and it doesn't
comes
happen
from
all
there.
the time.
This is a really good comic. I recommend people watch it if you enjoy Batman. The
Watch
Animated
this
Series
comic.
as well as,
Watch it.
as well as Harley Quinn. I think I'm blocking Mike,
It's
but it's
Matt-
actually a really good comic. It gives you a good backstory about Harley Quinn and how the Joker in the animated series became. Got to influence Harley Quinn and whatnot.
Yeah,
it's
this
a really
particular
good.
trade paperback is Mad Love's and Other Stories by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm.
There's a lot. You got the base story of like how Harley Quinn got influenced by the Joker, and you have some other side stories that are actually really well done. And to the point, there's a really good side story where Harley Quinn gets to Batman, and Joker basically says, "No, you're not allowed to do that. I'm the one who gets the Batman." It's a really
That
well done.
adaptation, because that happened.
That happens in the
That does happen in the
series
comic,
as
yeah,
well.
absolutely. So it's a real, I'm sorry, the animated series. Again, it's a really good comic. I recommend people, if you haven't gotten a chance to read it, very well worth it. I think you could probably get it on like $10 on Amazon.
And it's interesting for the fact that you have a breakaway character like
Sure.
Harley, a fairly new character in the scheme of it all. I mean, the
92.
series to us, yeah.
Yeah.
In the scheme of it all,
And
to
the
be
history
able
of
to
Batman.
be so
And the history of
popular.
The question came out of there. The new question came out of the Bruce Timm Batman animated series. Because the question is Montoya. Montoya was created in, if I'm not mistaken, in the Batman animated series.
Perhaps.
Perhaps
That
I
I
do
didn't
not
know.
know.
Yeah, I know Montoya is the new question.
Eric will put a fact check on the bottom to see if that's
That's
correct.
why we had
Still,
this space.
is she still a question? Because that was like 10
I
years
hope,
ago.
I
don't
hope
know.
not. Because
I thought she's now Batwoman, or that's someone else.
I think they were
don't-
dating.
You know what? That very well could be possible.
So, anyway, B.V.S. Batman vs. Superman. So we saw that, we spent 5 hours of our life just right now watching this goddamn thing. So
That's why I don't want
we
to
don't
talk
wanna
about
talk
it.
about
I know, we spent a goddamn long time. So let's actually talk about it.
All right,
Well,
so
we were focusing on the good.
first. All right, first off, I do think it's a beautiful film in the sense of like the art direction and stuff like that.
Well,
I do have.
Snyder is really good as
It
far
has-
as
I do
like...
It
have
has
one-
great moments.
I have. I do have one
moments.
problem with it. I
Good
don't
word.
think he creates a good contrast between Gotham City and
Metropolis? He doesn't
I
set
think,
the dynamic
I think
between the two.
they're both kind of the same tone. I don't really see a difference in that, and I would have preferred that where you see Metropolis being more majestic.
It's more of tell, don't show. I mean, he tells
me,
us
it
that
feels
it
like-
sucks.
it
But
feels
but
like they
everything
want-
else that he does visually is
Yeah.
really and even seeing it both in film and on Mark's TV, which is a high def TV, I think that it still carries over as great imagery.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think it looked
there
great.
is-
I think it
there's a
looked
lot
great.
of
The
good
Blu-ray,
stuff
it looks great.
hidden
I
in
mean,
this movie.
I think what's his name's look is perfect. Superman. I think
Henry Cavill's?
yeah, I
In a
think
way?
he looks great.
He's a good looking
I
dude.
think
He
no, but I think the costume and stuff like that.
I do him. I mean,
I just.
I'll be honest. I
quickly
saw
about
him in
it.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Uh-huh.
and I was like, he could be the next James Bond.
Oh, there's a big thing about that anyway. Anyway, so.
But
go
like,
on.
I think he had the look down perfectly and stuff like that.
Sure.
I still don't like that costume.
It's not
But
great,
I understand what
but
you
I like
mean. But
it.
he has the look of
think
Superman.
I think it works for that world.
Yeah.
And stuff
All
like
right,
that.
so with going basically chiming in on echoing what he said, Ben Affleck's great. Henry Cavill looks good. The problem that I have with Henry Cavill, even though he looks good, I never feel that emotion from him.
And I think that's direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
agree.
think he's
the
given.
actor.
He's
I agree.
given the
I think
lines.
Henry Cavill is a great actor.
'Cause
I
that's
think
what I'm
He's
saying.
a great actor.
I mean,
I've
let
never seen him act great.
me dial it back. I think he's a good enough actor to
I think
pull
he could
that
pull
role.
off. I think he could pull off a Christopher Reeves level Superman.
Yeah, I think he could if he
Really?
given,
That
if he
good?
I
He
think
doesn't
so.
have the
That's a high
dialogue
bar.
that Ben Affleck has.
if he was given the direction to fucking smile, fucking give any type of compassion on
He
it.
smiled 3 times in that movie.
Right
Yeah.
before he kills someone.
Right
before
after
he kills someone.
Right before no.
And right after
before
he kills someone.
Right before he killed someone. Right before he was about to get some, and right before he killed someone.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only, and they all had to do with Lois.
Right.
He was so emotionless throughout the thing, or he looked sad.
But
He looks sad a
dial in
lot.
directly on what you said regarding, like, I mean, Christopher Reeves for a lot of people is the penultimate Superman. And
Penultimate.
Penultimate Silver Age Superman.
yeah, absolutely, and I agree with that.
Penultimate mean?
The ideal, like
Nope.
the
Nope.
perfect.
Okay.
So to dial in on that comment is like maybe that's like a high praise, but I think when we're going into this kind of direction of where like the
By the way, I'm referring to Superman, not Clark Kent.
Okay.
yeah.
Because I think there is a different. I think
Sure.
I think Christopher Reeves was able to do Superman and Clark Kent well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he could do Superman. I don't know if Cavill could do Superman and Clark Kent well and try to create that contrast.
Because I didn't feel that there was a difference
Well,
between
That's
the
the
two.
thing. I didn't.
Where Christopher Reed
He
made
can't
you
get a fucking
believe
sports article done, man.
tremendous.
God, oh my God! All
We're not
right,
going to
let me-
We're not going to bad yet. We're not going to
We're
bad
nitpicking.
yet.
That's nitpicking.
All right, so like Henry Cavill, I thought was good for Superman. I think that like if he was given a better direction, I think he could have done it justice.
And the better script.
I think he could have done a good job of getting that across. I don't think he could have carried the movie alone, even with Ben Affleck, but I think he could have done a better job if he was given a better script, a better direction on how to play the character.
I don't know because he wasn't given the opportunity. So
Exactly.
I can't say.
So I'm not saying
I
yes
can't
or
say
no.
yes or no.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying yes or no. I just think that he could have done a better job because I've seen him in other works, and I think he's a decent actor.
I think that Alfred was really good.
I think Jeremy Irons was amazing.
Great job.
Jeremy Irons
Yes and
was
no.
great.
My problem is I had outside knowledge that made him better to me. And that's because I remember reading on Facebook or Twitter or somewhere on the social networks type places that he's not supposed to be Batman's butler. He's supposed to be his
No, I'm good.
head of security,
Uh-huh.
which is a great idea. I like that contrast. But they never actually say that in the movie. In all 5 hours that we saw, we never actually saw that. So I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, it was actually just 3 hours long. We spent 2 hours just drinking and fucking around and whatnot. So we can't
Yeah.
blame the
And there
extra
was a
2
lot
hours.
of pausing and asking questions.
'Cause I was
Like
so
we know what.
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
be.
honestly, 8 minutes into the movie, I'm like, what do you think happened in this scene? Is this bullshit? Is this should have happened
did
or
your cat
whatnot?
die?
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot. I don't know. Whatever.
Was that the 3-legged
what
one or
did
the
she
4-legged
do?
one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just heard thunk.
But anyway, so like, give you a peek behind the curtain. A lot of times we basically pause and we're like, what the fuck just happened here? Is this what we think? And we would basically pause
Like the beginning of the movie, we couldn't figure out if the opening scene actually happened or not.
The scene where Bruce Wayne, young Bruce Wayne, after he witnesses like the death of his family, he's at a funeral and he runs away. There's a scene where he falls into like a hole and drops down,
Where
and
he
then
discovers what would eventually become the
the
Batcave.
yeah,
we
the Batcave.
don't even know that, but we
But is
assume
that a
so.
dream? Is that a dream or is that really him? Where does like the
I think
line?
that's a dream. He's reliving that moment.
But where does the
No.
dream occur?
Okay.
Does the dream occur
Hold on,
when
hold
he?
on.
Wait, hold on. One second. Does the dream occur when he starts to run away and falls down? Does the dream occur when he falls down? Does the dream occur when he wakes up?
I think
and
the
then the
dream
bats
oc-
start to.
I
win?
think the dream occurs at the very beginning of the movie where he's in his mind.
Reliving
while he's
the
sleeping,
bat-
he's
the-
reliving that trauma.
Hold on. I think you're misphrasing the question. At what point does the dream deviate from reality is what Mark's trying to get to.
Yes.
Like, we all know his parents died. That wasn't a dream. But
Right.
he's dreaming
Can
that.
you imagine if that was a dream?
Oh
That'd
my
be
God,
really
he's,
amazing.
the parents are
Yeah.
alive, and they're just in, Florida, and he's
Hold
gone
on.
crazy.
Hold on. That'd be fucking
Because he
amazing.
burned the house down by accident, and he can't deal with telling them.
Hold on.
So he rather believes that they're dead.
That'd be fucking amazing, actually.
That
To
would
think
be.
about it. Can you imagine the fact that, like,
He refuses
Fuck.
to go back to the house.
Mom and
'cause he
Dad went to
thinks-
Florida. You want to come back? No, I
He
got this here.
He
Don't worry
refuses
about
to
it.
believe his parents are alive,
Oh my
so
God.
so the place he believes is burnt, and he's living in the boathouse. And
So,
Alfred is the only one that could communicate.
all right, all right, all right.
Back
So
to-
let's go back.
That's
I mean,
my
I said
fan
what I
fiction.
liked about it. I
Another
mean, like
beer.
the ending was still a pile of shit. I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't like the entire thing.
The ending of the movie.
The ending of the movie, even with the extended
Well,
cut.
hold on. Anything else that we liked? I liked.
You know what? I still liked Wonder Woman's actions. I liked her introduction. I think she was totally tacked on. But when she shows up, I still feel like, yeah, it's fucking Wonder Woman.
The moment when all three of them are on the
That's
screen,
fucking cool.
to me, it's like
It's a great
okay,
visual.
It's a great visual.
This movie
Yes.
is peppered with a
It was
ton
unnecessary.
of great
It
visuals.
was unnecessary to the narrative, but it really injects a lot of excitement into the movie
Exactly.
that it needed.
The
Yes.
score.
And to me, I think it's like that's what I've
score? Who did the score?
I've always wanted to
Hans
see.
Zimmer. Hans Zimmer.
I always
and the-
wanted to see all three of them together on
Sure.
screen. So at what point it's like I'm watching them all. It's like I forgive all the other crap for
so-
these few seconds of all three of them
So
on
that's
screen.
Hans Zimmer and I think Junkie XL. the
Junkie
guy who
XL.
did,
Yeah.
So like the
Max-
person who did the score, like Hans Zimmer, Junkie XL.
Which
he's just-
Transformer is that?
No, no.
So, don't worry, Grandpa. We'll explain to you later. So Hans Zimmer, Junkie XL, and the person who was responsible regarding
Thank you,
the
stomach.
I'm
the
on
person who was responsible for the electric violin for that, or electric cello for the,
Is that what that was?
It was electric cello, I believe. There's
For
a whole
which
thing.
part?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman theme.
Okay,
So the
after
person-
the dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah. So the
okay.
person who was responsible for that musical score, when she shows up and she's like, "Fuck yeah," and like saves Batman, that entire moment, and they all three come together. You're
It's
like,
a really cool moment.
you fucking
Yeah.
take it. You for me, it took me out of like. I don't care what else happened in the fucking movie.
That's-
I don't care about all
that's
other
exactly what
bullshit.
I mean.
If
It-
that,
I'm like,
if that level of excitement was maintained throughout that fight scene
sure,
at the
Yeah.
end,
absolutely.
Yeah.
that I think would have saved the movie in the sense of like what's called. People would have been like, "It's a horrible movie." I left there enjoying it.
But yeah,
You know, it would have
the
been. It would have
geekasm
became a Fast and
of
Furious
the
movie.
fact that all three of them
Sure,
are
sure.
together.
So
are
when
like,
so when that moment happened, I was like, "Oh right, that's so cool," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care."
yeah,
cool.
this is
I'll
what
just
you've
accept
been
it.
waiting for. This
I'll
is
just
the point
accept
where
it.
it's like, fuck it. They're all
Exactly.
three of them. The Trinity is on the screen. It's like,
And I dug
Yeah.
it. I totally dug it. You know, like that music just gets you into it.
the music
It
it
actually
helps.
gets you
That,
into
that
it.
music
That
made
music does a big part of it, and I was just like,
especially
fine.
her
I'll
song.
take
Music
it.
is a big factor. In fact, it's one of the
It
things
engages you so.
to get off of Batman vs Superman for a second. When we saw Suicide Squad, one of the things that was really odd to me was, and again, spoilers if you
Was
haven't
there
seen it.
music to Suicide Squad that was for Suicide Squad?
No.
There was
Okay.
a score.
There's a score, but it wasn't
Well,
an
here's-
engaging score as
Because
it was
that's what
for
made-
like.
Here's the thing: the first half hour, I would say, third of the movie, they basically had a bunch of different pop known hits in the thing to go with different scenes and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Fucking Eminem.
But once
Oh,
they
yeah.
got into the mission, they were just using kind of a mundane score,
Right.
and I think that actually took
The
away.
big part of the
So
soundtrack,
superhero.
the big part of the licensed soundtrack for like
Yeah.
pre-existing songs were for the first act when you introduce the characters.
Right.
When you get
Right.
everyone together and introduce a character, I think in that first part, honestly, I think you had upwards of like 9 songs for like a 20-minute scene, so
Right.
20-minute to 30-minute sequence. And that's a lot of songs for.
No, I
a
understand.
short-
There's just
Anyway,
like,
so- I'm sorry.
iconically
Let me
speaking
dial
of
back.
superhero movies, like the score to the original Superman in the '70s. Every time, or to me anyway, when I hear the trumpets in that song, the hair on the back of your neck goes up, and it's like this is Superman.
Right.
And I see the same thing with the Michael Keaton Batman. That there is a song, there is a
Tim
sound.
Burton,
Danny
Tim
Elfman.
Burton,
Danny Elfman.
Danny
There
Elfman
is a
did the score
sound
for
to
that.
it, and I feel that this movie gave Wonder Woman her sound,
Yes.
her score.
It didn't give. I don't feel like it gave
I
anybody
didn't
else.
give Batman, Superman their score,
Which
no, but
I-
they gave Wonder Woman
which
her
I would've
score.
appreciated-
That when I saw the trailer
You're
for
not doing
Wonder
this
Woman,
alone, Jay.
and
We're not
it-
doing this fucking alone.
and then when I hear the
Yeah,
Wonder Woman,
I'm not.
one
You're not
for
getting
the
sober on
trailer-
this. Fuck you.
Yeah, for the
I think-
trailer
I-
of Wonder Woman, it feels like that's what got me excited
You know what?
watching the trailer
You're
with
right.
that song.
That scene
that
when Wonder
sound.
Woman shows up, that entire environment, that song, her showing up, her actual introduction, her actual introduction of like what happened to bring her in made me excited. Like, dude, I'll watch a Wonder Woman movie. Like, I'll check it out. Why not?
I mean,
I can't say how happy I am that there is a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, that's
Even my
big.
mother was like, "There's a Wonder Woman movie." Now she cares of what I do.
Yeah.
Before she didn't give a shit. But
25 years, fuck
25
you,
years,
but nah.
fuck it.
You were just bringing home a
There's
rant.
a Wonder Woman comic? I mean, there's a Wonder Woman movie? Yeah. She's excited for it. She didn't see the trailer. She didn't hear anything. Just hearing that the
My
fact that there
soon-to-be wife
is
is really excited about it. She's a huge Wonder Woman fan. And
what?
my soon-to-be wife.
Oh, okay, soon to be. Okay.
For finance.
In like a month and a half. It's one of those things where, like, you know, she's like known about Wonder Woman for so many years. Never saw a Wonder Woman show. Never read a Wonder Woman comic.
I got the DVD box set if she wants to borrow it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
it's
showed her.
very well done
I
because
do,
the
'cause I-
first season is in World War II. The second season
Is it
is
really?
current
Oh,
time
shit. I
of.
didn't know that.
Yeah, the first
this guy's
season is World War II.
What is he, junior or
Steve
the third?
Trevor. So when they had the next season, which takes place in the current time period, which would have been the 70s, is Steve's son. It's played by the same actor.
So,
But they give a nice little tribute to the
That's
original
interesting.
Steve. To me, it was like, I never noticed this when I was watching it as a kid.
Yeah.
No,
And it was so enjoyable because it's like
I would
it's a
actually
period
like to
piece.
watch that.
I'll lend it to you.
What's funny is that like Olivia's first like interaction with Wonder Woman was actually the Wonder Woman animated movie that DC put
was
out
very
about
good,
like
Which was a very
It was
superior
very good. 8 years
animated
ago?
movie.
it was a really good about 6 or 7 years ago I think. But
so.
anyway,
Yeah, I
regardless.
have that too. if you
But
need
that's her first. I have that.
Okay.
It's Jay's copies, but I still have it.
You have mine?
I still have your copy. It's right over.
I had
actually.
yours too.
I wondered where that was.
Yeah,
I know
have-
that. Yeah.
I have your copy. So anyway, so it was her first interaction of watching it, and she watched it. It was like, and I was like, oh, we're gonna watch the Wonder Woman movie, and we're like one night, it's like whatever, and she's like, we're gonna watch this now. I was like, don't worry. And she heard like, oh shit, that's Nathan Fillion. And then she heard one of them. It's like, is that Carrie Russell? Like Felicity? And it's like, yeah. And she really got invested in the movie once she figured out and stuff like that. And like, wow, this is a quality movie. On top of the fact that it's like it's animated, because like in her mind, it's like, oh, it's an animated movie. It must be for kids.
Right.
That's exactly what's.
Well, that's-
and that's a
Which is
misconception
the
that happens
fucking
in a lot of-
uphill battle we've been battling for 27 years.
But the minute she like kind of got past that, she was like, "Oh shit, this is pretty good," you know. And I've been like, my next step is like trying to get her involved into like Suicide Squad, but there's no one in that she really is like really invested in. But regardless,
She has no interest in Harley Quinn.
I hear the women like Harley. I don't.
she's kind of hit or miss with her. But Wonder Woman's like her like
Okay.
Her girl.
stands
It's-
for
it's-
feminism,
again,
like
it's-
girl power, fucking.
It's
like,
the women's
it's like-
Superman, you know.
it's kind of is,
that's
you know?
the top tier. When you
And
think
you-
of
you-
superhero females, Wonder Woman's at the very top.
Sure.
'Cause she's one of the few ones that is her own character. She has her own identity.
She is not a spin-off
she's not-
of anybody else.
She's not Wonder Girl based
Very
off
true.
of Wonder Man.
Yes.
I mean, like what's called? There's no.
Simon
That's Marvel. Something like
Simon Williams.
Williams.
Played by Nathan
Nathan
But I also
Fillion,
Nathan
maybe.
Fillion. Spoiler.
Um,
I'd watch
Rumor.
that movie. I'd watch that movie though. Like
Rumor.
fucking Simon Williams doing a fucking Tony
I
Stark
would
cut.
totally watch that.
I'd
movie.
watch that fucking
completely,
movie. I
'cause
fucking
that-
pay
that-
good Marvel.
Those
I
are
pay good money.
apparently
for
those are the posters in the background.
Yeah.
in
that. Yeah, I
Civil
pay good
War.
money for that.
all right.
yeah.
So
Anyway, so that's what I liked. Anyway, I'll go into next to who else. Wilson, what did you like? And do you echo
was there
on
anything
to
else
what,
that you liked from?
echo on to
from
our
what you said?
ending?
To me, I feel that, I agree that Ben Affleck owned
Sure.
Batman. He had the best lines.
Sure.
There's a lot of iconic imagery taken from the comics, which works. Even the weirdness of Batman having a gun. At the beginning, even at the point where he's using the rifle to attack the transistor, that is from Dark Knight Returns. That look, that scene where he's on top of that tower thing.
I just think you used the wrong words.
I probably
He used 7 different wrong words in there in a 5-word
I know what he
sentence.
meant.
communication was
So I let it
achieved,
go.
right? So
Plus, I can't look him straight in the face because you're in the way. You were in the way at the time. Otherwise, I would have been just like
transmitter, no, the transmitter.
transmitter. Yes.
He
Transistor.
What? Did I say transistor?
You said something.
There's a transistor in the
He
transmitter.
used the sniper rifle there to shoot a tracker at the.
I think you said the truck. A tracker. or something.
Tag
Tag the
attract.
They say tag. That's
Right.
the
It should have been
We'll
tag
edit this out.
transmit.
We'll edit this out. It's not good. It's not.
I want to say it's because I'm a little drunk, but
That's
we all
fine.
know that's
No.
not the truth.
That's all right. Anyway, so like pretty much
No, you are.
Iconic
drunk.
imagery.
The Batman
imagery,
series.
imagery.
the Batman part of the movie. I think
Batman
we
part
can
of
all
the
agree that
movie
the
worked.
Batman part was pretty much good. It was.
Most of it. I gotta say,
There's maybe like by
70%.
nitpicking in my opinion.
No.
Oh, okay.
There are serious issues, but I think they're saved for
I think
stuff we didn't like.
none of it is the performance.
Okay.
It's part of the Batman story. I have. a problem
Okay.
So
And
that's
the
what
costume-
it
the
is.
costume-
It's
Alright,
just
let's-
narration.
The costume is fucking perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really.
The
I mean,
visuals.
I can't complain
I
about
like the
that
Batmobile.
costume. That's the
I like the
best costume.
Batmobile. I like the Bat.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Batman.
gross.
Wing,
I like that
whatever.
Batmobile better than the Tumbler.
Yes.
Yeah, the Tumblr.
me,
The Tumblr
I
seemed
liked
like more.
the Tumblr for one reason. It felt to me like something that the first Batman might have.
See, to me, the Tumbler seems like it should be. It's what the
Christopher
vehicle.
Nolan's first Batmobile.
It's the
in,
vehicle
like,
he
the
would have in
2000
Dark Knight
whatever.
Returns. He had that kind of tank. I don't like the idea of the tank. To me, it's not stealthy. And
I-
Batman, you know, Batman
always-
always was that character
Yeah.
that was supposed to be in the
Sure.
dark. It's fucking tanks.
It always-
He has tanks running around Gotham City, which has no traffic whatsoever.
No,
These-
well, it's
these-
not quite a tank. You can drive on rooftops and shit. I mean, but
Yeah, that was a little nutty.
But also,
that was-
it
I
seemed
could, I
weird
could
that
drive
he would-
on a rooftop with a tank.
it seemed weird.
All
that
my
he
knowledge comes from GTA.
It seemed weird that
And
he
you
would
could
drive in
drive-
something designed by Wayne Tech and
Yeah.
was an actual military prototype. It was like,
Yeah.
but anyway, are we ready to talk about stuff we didn't like? Is there-
Yeah, let's
I
go.
think we
Let's
all
jump
did
to
and stuff
that.
like that, and that was enough.
All right,
Oh,
so the
let's-
stuff
let's
we
do
didn't
something
like was
that I-
between the credits
Well, hold
and
on.
then the after credits.
Well, hold on. Is there anything that anybody liked that we didn't touch on? That enjoyed or that liked about the series, the movie rather? I
The
should say.
humor? No, there wasn't that. I did like the
did-
Wonder Woman stuff.
I did.
You know,
we touched on that, yeah.
the mysteriousness
will
of the
s-
There
woman
should have
in
been a little bit more.
red.
She felt tacked down, but what I saw was like if I had a better like cohesive narrative to bring her in, that would have made it a little bit better. But what I saw was like, okay, give me a little bit more. Give me like
I
2
have-
minutes more. I felt
I
like
have the
would have been
perfect
enough.
transition.
You've been saying that a lot too, where there's a lot of scenes where if it had 2 more minutes of explanation,
Sure, a little bit of
It
exposition
would
that
help-
would have helped me
it
a little
would
bit.
help a lot
because
more.
like when you first
By the
show,
way, we just discovered that's wrong.
a
You
little
know
bit too
why?
much- Why?
Because we got a little bit more explanation in this movie.
and we have
And-
more
But
questions.
the, but the
it
problem
was-
is,
and it
we-
did explain certain things, but it's
Hold
still
on, hold on. I think it still holds true that like I wanted 2 more minutes of like Wonder Woman Diana Prince's introduction into the
Oh, no,
movie.
no,
So do you know what I'm saying? Like if
I'm
I
not
got
talking
2 more
about-
minutes of Wonder Woman, maybe I could have been like, all right, I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm just saying that what's called. We've always said that it could use a little bit more explanation. We got a little bit more, and
but, the
apparently
problem
we
is-
needed a little bit more.
but hold on,
than that,
like I'm
than
saying,
what
like
we
I need
got.
a little bit more explanation of this. I got a little bit more explanation of like
So
where Jimmy Olsen showed up.
Did your questions
Fuck
get
off.
answered?
No, you know what? About the fact that we've watched a 3-hour cut, all it did was basically say like, all right, some of the problems that I had within the narrative made a touch more sense. It didn't make the story better.
Okay.
It's like it made a little bit more sense why Jimmy Olsen was here, why this character was here, why this storyline happened here, but it didn't give a whole better explanation of
There
like.
was a lot of scenes that pertain to the whole bullet thing with
Yes.
Lois Lane, but I didn't care about that story in the first place.
It was a
Well,
pretty cheap. It was a pretty cheap story in my opinion.
Here's the thing. I feel like the story answers one question I had that really did bother me.
Which was what?
Okay, in the original cut of it, they basically said Superman came down and killed all these people in the beginning of the movie, and they had that African woman as
Tell her
Oh,
story
Superman-
that her
that
family
was
was
called-
killed. Yes.
They explained
and
that.
they explain in
Why
here
that
in
happened.
more detail how she was coaxed into that. She was paid and threatened.
How they made it look like Superman
they
came
burned
in.
Which
all
I
the bodies.
would have liked to had that in the movie. In the
That,
theatrical.
if they had
I
burned
mean, it
them,
was
that,
already it was already
if
2
they
hours.
had burned them, I would have preferred. That would make more sense.
It was
for
already
the
2 hours and 40
rating.
minutes at that point. I'm like, why not? You know, sure.
But all of that still did not explain to me whether or not he killed the.
The terrorist that was holding Lois hostage.
Like he says that he didn't kill her, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Where did he go?
He hasn't been seen again. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Where did he go? Like if Superman supposedly killed all of them, and he says he didn't kill that guy, where did he put that? Like, did he really go and take a terrorist who just killed a CIA operative, was about to kill a reporter, and just pushed him through a wall and said, "You stay here. I'm gonna go get my girl."
So that's the
in the Arctic
question. We
with
know
Paul
he
Kent.
kills Kryptonians. Does he kill humans? Do we know if this particular Superman from this Murderverse
Sure.
universe
Well,
kills.
we know he does it accidentally all the fucking time.
I think the answer is no, but they don't really portray that very well in the movie.
so we
yeah,
don't
Like
know.
what he says.
I
with-
think
with
that
He
yeah.
fucking grabbed that terrorist and went through 2 concrete walls. He's fucking dead.
But the thing is that
Unless he's
basi-
like, I'm gonna grab you.
Well,
and
you
turn
gotta
around
show
and bring
us that. You
around.
can't-
Yeah.
well, that,
Yeah, what I saw was him take them and use them to go through walls.
yeah. And
Concrete. Well, we don't know what the cold walls were made of. So maybe they
Maybe
were
it was
huts.
brick.
Maybe they were huts in Africa.
Maybe it was just stone. I mean,
that just looked like
Yeah, it's just stone. Okay.
stone.
It's
Follow-
just,
maybe
just,
it's iron.
stone that
Well,
he
it's
went
adamantium.
through.
See, the first
You
one
know,
was
I don't
made
care
out
if
of
it's different
grass. The second one was
universes.
made out of sticks. The third one, though, that was made out of brick. I mean, that's where he died.
Well, he did grow up in America, so he knows the story.
I think it's fine. You can just blow through that,
See,
right?
see that was the only like when they showed that image of like the burned bodies and stuff like that. I'm like,
Sure.
oh, okay, finally they're explaining it and stuff like that. Oh, she's. I still don't know where the guy where'd he go?
Right.
And you would sound like that would have
He
me.
got like atomized. It's like a fucking dust pile after the first.
And like I said, it
Oh
would
no, I think he's just a bag of bones and whatever.
what, you know
in
what,
it.
it would have seemed like a
Fuck
big.
this movie.
I think. I think
It
that,
broke Jay.
I mean, dude, we spent 5 hours and we drank a lot just fucking.
We're
getting
still
it.
drinking.
We're still drinking it because we gotta
Then let
deal
me
with
ask
it.
you this then.
Okay.
Okay. Will you watch it again? You
No,
own
God,
the DVD.
No. God no.
I have no interest in
God,
seeing this
no.
movie
I
again.
mean, like,
Now, if it came up-
Now we
so-
admitted that what's
hold
called
on, hold
after when we first heard about the 3-hour thing, we all admitted to a perverse curiosity.
Yeah, I admitted the first thing that I said, like, there's a 3-hour ultimate R-rated cut. I was like, and I said straight up, I'm perversely, I said I'm perversely curious
Right.
to see what is contained in this to make it more cohesive. Because I believe Zack Snyder said, like, if you like this, if you didn't like this, perhaps you'd be interested in this cut, which answers a lot of questions that were left out in the original cut.
I
So
feel
it's
like
like,
I only
so it's like,
saw one.
well, hold on. So like, hold on, that's what he was saying.
So
Regardless.
the R
So
rating,
basi-
I would believe, is to be the bodies.
Probably. There's a little bit more
It's
violence.
The,
There's
it's
a little
the
bit
actual
more.
visual
Yeah,
depth.
you see a
Because
little
when
bit
you
more.
see the bodies, the burnt bodies is kind of that's fucked up.
It's like
So-
8 minutes in, you
But
know.
I don't think that was that bad a scene in the sense of like they don't really go close to the bodies. It's not graphic. We never see the burning of them themselves. I mean, like it was kind of like just charcoal in the corner.
I think, you know.
Now
but-
maybe that.
You know
on.
what? It wasn't any worse than the fucking bodies of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
yeah. I think the big part of it is like that you're also taking the fact that there's 3 hours worth of violence. There's 3 hours worth of content to go through. It's not just this scene, this scene, this scene. If you take this scene on its own, it's like, oh man, that's kind of bad.
Honestly, you know what I fucking think? I don't even know if they even rate DVD releases. I think maybe just
they just
I
arbitrarily
think
said
W-
this is-
WB just said after Deadpool, you know what? This is rated R. You're gonna want to see this.
Yeah.
That's very well.
I'm also drunk, so I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking right now.
We're not credible sources, so remember that.
So as far as it goes, no.
So anyway, I think regardless saying that like there was nothing regarding this particular cut
I
that
gotta
made me
admit-
go okay.
There was one thing that
Yeah.
I did like about. Sorry. They almost did, and I would have enjoyed more with Luther. And I feel like the end scene was a little bit cut a little bit differently.
Which part?
The very end.
prison scene?
The prison scene.
It did feel different. I don't know
felt
what it
slight-
was.
It
Yeah,
felt
it
slightly.
It felt cut. It felt a neater cut. I do agree. It felt like a neater cut of
and
like
they-
from where X to Y happened.
And one of the things that was cool when I first watched the movie, I kind of was expecting this Kaiser Soze moment with Lex Luthor. The only thing that, in my opinion, would have saved this would have been at the end of the movie.
Oh.
There was this whole like twist, and he just especially because
Kind of like Ed Norton in Primal Fear, like where
Yeah,
you
well-
realize that. Watch that movie if you haven't watched it. It's an amazing movie. But like
Spoiler.
yeah, it's like when you find out like that moment, it's like oh shit, like
what's
he's
called, he's
getting-
been acting this bizarre way and all that stuff and
For a
that-
reason.
For a reason, and like he was about to spit out that information.
Wait, did you just spoil Primal Fear for me?
Might have.
No,
Not-
I'm still lost and I haven't seen it. So.
Nah, don't worry about it. If
Have
you
you
haven't
seen the
seen,
movie?
have you seen Primal
No,
Fear?
I haven't. No.
It's a
I-
30-year-old movie. It's like what's called. At
I
this point,
recommend.
he can spoil
Honestly,
it. Oh.
it's probably Ed Norton's like breakthrough role.
I think it was his first role, so it
yeah,
did both.
could be.
That was like Robert De Niro or something, or
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere.
Gere and
With
Ed
Father
Norton.
Gerbil.
Yeah.
And what's it called?
Sans Gerbil.
Okay.
It's not the one where he's a thief, is it?
No, that's the
you're thinking
score.
Robert De Niro.
Okay.
And that's in the movie The Scar.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's a really
movie.
great. It's a really great movie. Scar's good too.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, so what's called? But most people know the Kaiser Soze moment where what's called like he starts walking normal, and you realize he was behind all of this, and that like he had a plan and stuff like that. I thought there was going to be like near the end where he was going to stop talking like that creepy, crazy, sporadic version. And
He's got a British accent all of a sudden.
Well, I thought he was
no, but I'm
going
saying we're saying
I
like,
thought he was going to say something like what's called like was really going to say what's called he's dead. Dark Side's coming or something like that, and it was gonna be like what's called I will roll at his hands. Like I thought he was gonna do something like that.
Sure.
And that was the only thing that made sense to me throughout the entire thing.
Well, Mark
Here they came
mentioned
close
it.
to.
Even that'd be shitty for Lex Luthor, I think.
It'd be shitty for Lex Luthor, but I would prefer
honestly,
to this character.
Only if it would have been a shitty Lex Luthor, but only if it was a way it's like, don't worry, my lawyers will get me off because of this or that. If there was something that he planned that like, don't worry, my end game is still gonna come around because of this. If he brought some bullshit out of his ass or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it would have been fine.
He almost did by telling him that. Well, I'm insane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In this cut, it felt a little bit closer to what I was expecting. And it wasn't quite there, but it was a little bit closer. It's like, I'm just wrong. I won't go to a regular jail. I'm insane. And so, like, I felt like he was at that moment trying to tease me with that information.
So going back to one of the things, my original theory that would have like kind of helped the whole thing. So like, I'm gonna touch on that whole Martha bullshit, right? If you haven't watched it, the one thing that a lot of people had a problem with is that like Bruce basically is like about to kill Clark and says, I'm not gonna kill him because he says Martha, right? So there's this whole thing where he's like, all right, Martha, we have shared the same mother's name, blah blah blah.
Why did you say that name?
Why'd you say that name? But I
mentioned
it in another podcast. I said like, if Lois Lane didn't show up, he'd just be stuck in the loop. Like, why'd you say their name for like hours?
And because the kryptonite's right there, he's just Superman's just passing out. Like, look, at this point,
I thought it would have been, my opinion. I thought it would have been a great turn, a great twist if like he's like there ready to kill him. And then, like, that entire fight scene occurred, and it would have been a great thing if Alfred says, we found Martha Kent. She's here. It's like, all right. And Bruce said, all right, don't worry, I got your mom. We're going to go take care of it now. I thought that would have been a great twist on it.
I actually mentioned this to somebody else, because I thought
going
back
great.
to
If the whole fight was rope-a-dope?
Not only that,
on Bruce Wayne was orchestrating. He knew not only was a rope-a-dope, he knew what Lex was planning. He knew that Lex was going to manipulate Clark to like try and fight Bruce, and Bruce was like, I'm going to do this to keep Clark distracted for long enough so that my people can find out where his mother is, so we could take down Lex.
I actually was called
that would have been a good movie.
I thought that would have been great.
But I thought of a way to tie back into the beginning. I thought of a way to tie it back into the beginning.
Yeah.
You remember how he said I kept the guy the guy he took through the wall, he never killed him.
Yeah. Keep talking.
I was thinking what would be a cool thing was to if they started off the fight of Batman vs Superman with that same type of action. So Superman rams Batman through a wall. We see him stay alive.
Sure.
And in that moment when he's doing it, he says to him, Bruce, they have my mother.
Okay.
And then you tie back to the whole fight scene, and you have that whole scene.
Yeah.
And because then you book it,
sure.
that way. And so, but it's the same concept. We're basically Batmaning.
We're saying that Batman is smart enough to say like whatever Lex is doing. Batman is smarter than Lex.
Right.
Yeah, or more cunning than Lex. Not necessarily smarter, but more cunning and being able to outthink him.
Because according to this movie, Lex Luthor is some sort of super genius that was only defeated by Batman's psychic powers.
Lex Luthor, millionaire super genius.
So Batman has prophecy powers.
Did you just say super Jew?
No, super genius. I own a mansion and a yacht.
I really thought you said billionaire super Jew, and I'm like, what?
So Batman has
Lex is Jewish?
No. So hold on. Batman has prophecy powers.
I thought he was Lutheran.
That's what we got out of this movie when we first saw it.
Batman has prophecy powers, or we don't know how much time travel is.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask
and
everyone
is it time travel?
I'm gonna ask everyone a question here.
Or is it
and I want everyone to say what they thought prior to this cut and after this cut. There's a Flash sequence, right?
Right.
Prior to seeing this movie, did you think that Flash sequence where Flash comes back in time and warns Bruce, did you think that was a dream sequence, or did you think that actually happened to Bruce?
To me, it felt like it was a dream sequence. But because it happened right after the dream, it was just like one of those weird...
Dream.
Okay. Where it's like...
So to you...
One was a real dream, and the other one was like he approached him in the dream. So whatever information he's getting from the future is through the dreams.
So you thought that Flash was able to do his ability and influence Bruce through a dream?
That's what I infer.
So, no, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to get people's perspective on how they view
That's
it.
what I infer.
So you,
that's what
so
I
that you
saw.
think like
that's
and
what
that's
I
not
believe.
like even before and after. That's how you view it.
Yes, that's how I view it.
Jay,
I'm really drunk, so this is gonna come out.
that's fine.
Really weird, but
Cheers.
okay.
We speak drunk.
It's kind of both because
Okay.
the Flash really exists.
Yeah.
Bruce doesn't know about him at this point,
Correct. Yeah.
so it's not just a dream.
Right.
There
he
is
didn't
some
see the
prophecy.
videos
There
yet.
has to be some prophecy involved in it.
So Bruce has this other power that's not viewed here, and he's just like,
I don't think it's Bruce's power.
okay,
I
you know what?
think
You know,
it's
hold on. This
the-
is really. I think this is a great idea that someone came up. A friend of mine came up with this years ago and said, like, you know what Bruce Wayne's power is? Not that he's
Money.
like a fucking money. Not that he's gonna go like, all right, I'm gonna go out tonight. What do I need? I have this arsenal of fucking weapons. I'm gonna need this specific pair of handcuffs. I'm gonna need this fucking shark repellent. I'm gonna need this particular thing of anti-venom. And it's like, it's got like fucking miles of fucking equipment, but I only need that for tonight. And it's like,
14
his fucking,
items, I think, goes into the utility.
yeah, so
belt.
basically
I'm
he's
picturing
like,
that scene in the Matrix where all the weapons come
yeah,
out.
and he's just like, I only need 4 things tonight. And like, basically Batman just has like this fucking precognition, like almost Spider-Man level, like, you know, it's like this
Even
is
more
all
so,
I-
like Destiny from
Sure.
the.
Yeah.
It's more believable than him having everything he needs.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, tonight, this is what I'm gonna need. Like, he just fucking...
Because he knew he needed
well,
that
the thing-
bat repellent.
Oh, that fucking shark repellent.
Yeah,
Not
he
bat
knew
repellent.
the shark repellent. He knew he needed it because he took it out.
You know what's
and that
funny?
was the only time he ever used it.
Yeah.
He had a bat bulletproof shield in the TV show.
Yeah.
He only used it once. He only needed it once. He must be psychic.
Well, you know what's funny?
I thought
if
he
you
used it
think
more than
about
once.
how much money Batman
Sure.
has, and you think about how many metahumans there are in the DC universe, the odds are greater that someone would have superpowers than have Batman's fucking money. Think about it for a second. He's more improbable than having
That's what you say.
superpowers.
There are 10% of the population that have superpowers. There's only 1% of the population that has all the money, according to the thing.
Oh.
So the odds.
The way you're doing the math is like, he obviously skewed one way.
It's
Okay,
like
so
that
you believe...
meme that says there's about, I forget the number of how many millionaires there are, and none of them are Batman.
Okay, so, Wilson, we said your view. Jay, you said that you
It's
think...
got to be some prophecy
a
involved.
prophecy. You think that's like... It's
I don't know
got
if it's
like
his power or if it's the Flash's
like
ability.
like a psychic ability that
I don't.
Batman...
No, Batman doesn't have the ability. I think
Oh, you
maybe-
think somebody else is
I
trying?
think that's
Oh,
what
okay,
yeah.
hold on.
I think
Wait,
maybe Flash's
okay.
abilities maybe went into Batman's dreams
That's
somehow.
insane.
I don't know, fucking
that,
know.
I
but-
think it's cool, honestly. I'm gonna dial in on that. I think that's a cool ability that Flash is the one that has
Yes.
the ability and says that, shit, I know what I know. Fuck, I need to get my information into Bruce Wayne's head this way, and I can only do it this
The
way.
only one that
That's
has
pretty cool.
telepathy is
The fish boy?
Aquaman.
Fish boy?
Fish Boy. I think
Honestly,
there's a combination of powers
honestly.
being used.
Okay,
Because I
We're
think
down the
Flash
rabbit
is-
hole now, people.
I think Flash is being held by somebody.
Oh, okay. So
I think it's a
dial it in.
combination of
Okay,
powers.
so dial it in. Just remember, there's a one scene where like Flash goes back in time to like talk to Bruce Wayne.
Which
if
is-
you take a quick look at it, it looks like, and Wilson pointed out that like one hand is being held behind him while he's talking to Bruce
Whatever
Wayne.
time
it looks
window
like,
he's
it
going
looks
through,
like he's being
whatever time
restrained.
hole he went
Like
through.
it looks like he's leaning through a hole.
It looks
Yeah,
like he's being
yeah. So
restrained
he's
and he
living-
can't go fully
Right, so I think
forward.
someone else
so it looks
is
like
holding
someone's
him. One
holding
of
him
the other
back. I
superheroes
thought that
are
was a
holding
really
him.
good
Yeah.
thing to dial in, and that was really cool to focus in on the fact that like he can't fully use his abilities because of X reason.
Right.
You know?
So to keep him from going through and being stuck in the past, I think someone was holding him.
So going on that, I should like the ability, the fact that like Jay's saying, like maybe Flash is the one who's like in the future seeing this and importing. Let's take it one step forward, importing the whole thing about the Omega and like the whole thing. It's probably importing that imagery into Batman's
Well, that's
head.
the thing. We know this stuff exists. We know
We-
Darkseid
we-
exists.
we
We know the
know
paradox
Darkseid-
exists.
yeah, exactly.
Right. We know
Batman
information
doesn't.
outside
So
of
how
the
is he
movies.
getting
We
this
know
information?
comic
So
book
I think it's a great idea if they like tack that on and say like Flash is like, oh shit, I've seen a possible future. Holy shit, how do I get this back in time? Batman, Bruce Wayne's been there for X amount of years. Let me put this imagery in his
You
head.
just shook the dice.
I think
I
that's
just
an
thought
amazing.
that's what you did. You shook the dice, Can I go back in time?
Dude, that's I mean, if you think about it, that's a great idea.
But yeah, it makes sense.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me right now because
Personal-
you take away the fact that like Bruce Wayne shouldn't have prophecy powers. It shouldn't
He
be
doesn't. He doesn't.
And the fact that like
And the
maybe
fact
I won't
that
tell
he's
you something.
contacting Bruce and not Clark.
and exactly like Clark
Because Clark is Clark the villain because he's telling them
admitted
it's
to
all
go
knowing
to
You know what?
and
Infinite
he's
Earth.
I'm gonna
bad.
interrupt you here.
Don't
I
be
didn't even
names.
get to start, so go ahead.
Here's the Justice. Here's what's gonna happen in Justice League. We're gonna have Steppenwolf. We're gonna have Parademons.
Steppenwolf.
We're gonna have Superman. I think Superman's gonna be a
Do you think it's
minion
gonna be
of
the first
First
Justice League or second?
one?
second what?
There's
It's a
two Justice League.
two-parter.
I think the first part. I think Superman's gonna Superman. Holy
Blah, 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 blah.
Is he second act?
Hold on, stop,
Superman's
stop,
gonna
second
come
act?
back.
I was gonna translate it for you. He believes Superman's gonna come back in the first Justice League movie.
Towards the
I
end.
speak
Do you
drunk.
think he's gonna be like the end or
I don't
like
know.
halfway through?
I don't know when, but I don't
Second
think he's
act,
gonna be
third act?
Superman at first. I think he's gonna be a minion of Darkseid at first, or
Ooh.
of Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. I think it's gonna be
I think
Steppenwolf.
that's how he's
Okay.
gonna come back. We're gonna see the Parademons, and that's how this is all gonna pay off. 'Cause
And then
I
second,
kinda
and then
wanna get
second
this
Justice
behind
League
us.
as he comes
But-
back and he's like, "Oh, I'm Superman again. Don't worry, I was just sleeping for a while. It was
Well,
a nightmare."
honestly, I don't give a shit about Superman. I want fucking Green Lantern. But anyway,
Is Green Lantern? Oh wait, hold on.
As far as we know,
is Green
no.
Lantern
Not even
being
in cast.
JL? Okay.
not even
Yeah,
in
right now JLA is just the four
Alright.
that we know of.
So
Your turn.
All right, I honestly believe that this was kind of written in a vacuum. I believe fucking Snyder said, "Fuck it, he's psychic."
That was the question I was going to have. Is like, was this movie fully written before they actually started filming, or was things thrown
I don't.
in
I,
to
hold on,
connect it
I'm
to
telling
other
you,
things?
As
think,
far as
I
the
think that was
bubble that was portrayed, the movie was fully written before it was.
No, I think it was fully written,
the-
but
the
I don't think
thing
that was
they
called.
released.
I don't think that the idea of what,
I got you, fam.
Really? Really?
I mean, you're empty.
I don't think that was called the idea of what these
You
were.
can't say no if you need to.
You just
This
don't.
is a safe place.
You don't even have to say no. Just don't fucking drink it. Just leave it on the table.
Yeah.
Because the pain is that great from watching this movie, and this is the only salvation you have.
Don't worry, Jay.
This makes you feel better.
It makes you feel better. Don't worry. I'll take
Alright.
care of this.
So
I'll
personally,
make everything go away.
I think that was called.
I almost fell backwards.
The worst part about it.
In the air.
The worst part about it is you wouldn't be on camera.
Yeah, I know, right?
The legs might have just hit the table, and who knows? Anyway, so I think that was called. They made
That
the
was-
same bubble.
that was
I think
alright.
they made Batman psychic. I think they basically did that. I think they sacrificed storytelling in order to make Batman psychic, in order to have those scenes. I think those scenes got shoehorned by the executives, and Zack Snyder basically said, "All right, we'll put them in there, and we'll figure out a way to attach them later."
It's so
I-
bad.
And I think
Sorry.
later on, they're going to be retconned as some sort of time traveling thing that things got transmitted back in and stuff like that. I think that at some point they're going to they might do something as goofy as Batman is going to be able to transmit ideas back to himself, and something that ridiculous with using that what's that box, the mother box and stuff like that. I think they're going to do something that ridiculous.
Really?
I think
You-
so.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
just,
think
I mean, the mother box could be used honestly as a as a backdoor. You know, I mean, it really could be.
I mean,
let-
hold on. I'm not saying that it's definitely going to be that, but I think it's going to be something along the lines of like they're going to have to eventually figure out how to. And I don't even think they're going to address
It's
it
hers
completely.
now.
She just took the fucking
She just
bottom.
ate the cat.
She just
It's hers now.
like bitches
It's
mom.
this is currency in my world.
You don't know what I can get with this.
And I think that was called. It's going to be something very. Unfortunately,
I'm gonna ask.
hold on, just to let you know. I also think that because what's the name of the guy that's taking over now? Jeff Johns.
Yes, Jeff Johns.
I
That's
think now
the creator for. Not
he's
the,
a comic
He
book
is now
writer.
he
was
was
the
comic
executive,
writer, who's now the
like,
executive
editor
creative.
executive editor for DC Comics. He was the one regarding like a lot of like stories
He's an
for
executive
the actual
producer of something
comics.
about for DC. and
He
and
really brought back Green Lantern, so I do love him for that.
Well,
Yeah.
what's called? I think because of
He
him,
did a lot of good stories for Batman. That's what I remember.
like
He was
I,
responsible for like
Well,
editing a lot
I-
of good
there-
stories.
Anyway,
for
what I'm
Batman.
trying to say is that what's called. I feel that he is coming in too late to save Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman, but I think he's going to be able to have an influence on Justice League, and because of that, I think it's going to take it's going to throw off trying to tie the story into
He might be
each
able
other.
to help Wonder Woman because he was brought on like before that was finished.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe
He
he
was
can do
brought
some
on
work
Before
on
it was finished, but
he
not
was-
before it was started.
Yes,
so
maybe
but
he can
here's
do
the
some
thing.
work
I
on
have more
post.
faith in
Listen, I
him,
don't know.
and I have more faith in him saving more for Justice League than Wonder Woman, to be honest.
After
Yeah.
watching,
I think Wonder Woman would be
I
like
honestly feel like what's called
Wonder Woman would be like slightly better.
watching
than
the Wonder
Suicide
Woman
I think these ones
trailer
could be better.
and the Justice League trailer, I have
Justice League
I
looks
have
good.
a
That trailer
better
looks good.
feeling for those than I did for any of the other movies' trailers.
Justice League looks good. That trailer looks good. That just
But
Isn't
Wonder
it a
Woman
real
looks
trailer?
good. But
the
I'm just
trailer
saying
looks
it's
better
like-
than any of the other trailers I've seen so far. So
Yes.
I'll put it out there.
And the Wonder
I like the
Woman
Wonder
trailer
Woman better than that.
I
though.
love the
Really?
Wonder Woman
Yeah.
trailer.
I mean, Wonder Woman trailer was good. Don't get me wrong, but I liked the Justice League trailer better. I guess it's because like I don't like Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
I don't like her either,
I'm
but
not a big,
I'm not a big
hold
Gal
on, let
Gadot
me phrase
fan.
that. I don't like her as Wonder Woman.
Yes.
I have no
She's
problem with her as
fine
an
in
actress in the Fast and
Furious,
Furious.
Defend
and
the
something
Furious,
else.
whatever.
I'm fine with her.
I
I'm
mean,
not a
she's
big fan
okay
of
to
her.
me.
Because this movie sold me on her. The
Yeah, I
Batman
guess you're
versus
right. Yeah,
Superman
yeah, sure,
movie
sure.
sold me on her, and I'm
By
really
the way,
excited to see her.
I think they
in
screwed up
Wonder
doing
Woman.
Batman vs Superman for Wonder Woman. I think we're going to see a character that's not going to make any sense when compared to this movie. It's like you went up against Doomsday, held your own and stuff like that, and you're going to go
She fucking chuckled and laughed at Doomsday.
like what's called.
I'm like, Doomsday's
But what I
penultimate,
saw in the
like,
trailer, she chuckled and laughed when she was fighting this. There's a point
I
where
think she's going to be
someone
close.
attacks her, and she just has this face of her.
No. I'm saying that I think the enemy has to be more powerful than Doomsday in Wonder Woman in order for it to seem like a threat.
no,
Right.
I don't agree with that.
I know what you
She's
mean.
taking it on alone in Wonder Woman. Think about that way. In this
Okay.
movie, she has Superman, she has Batman with her.
To
In
me,
Wonder
I
Woman,
don't.
it's just her.
But she was the only one that
think-
was called when
I
she
think-
got hit. She never seemed to be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It all seemed like physics,
Yeah.
not damage.
I never felt like she
Good
could
girl.
win that fight on her
For
own.
me, is more the sense of I want
but I
to
don't
see
think-
her
but I also
origin.
didn't-
I'm okay that she doesn't have a
But I
dark
also
side
didn't
to
see
fight in
her
that.
getting hurt by Doomsday. Like it'd be one of those fights where neither one of them would win.
I want to go with that.
I
I don't agree with that.
I mean, I see what
Well,
you're saying.
there's
I
nothing-
see what
there's
you're
if the
no-
saying.
fight
there
kept
was
going,
nothing-
just the two of them, that Wonder Woman would lose. I think.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, it's one of those things like the only thing that could hurt like Kryptonian is magic and kryptonite, correct?
Right.
And like her weaponry is magic,
And
right?
anything she could do to him, he would keep evolving into something
Correct.
more powerful, and he would eventually kill her. That's what I think. I think in the Wonder Woman movie, well, I mean, yeah, she's gonna be fighting soldiers in World War One, which I don't think quite.
But do you think that
Translate
anything
as well.
do you think
Yeah.
anything
Or
in
maybe
there
they could show like a
is
back
gonna
to like
show her?
pa-
Do you think
abilities
anything they
tran-
can show in there is going to be a threat to her?
evolve.
Huh?
Do you think anything in Wonder Woman's going to seem to a threat to her after this movie?
I suspect we'll have Ares in that movie, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. There's something along those lines.
Well, no matter what, we know
Makes
she's going
sense
to come
for
out of that
Wonder
movie
Woman.
okay.
Yeah, she made it.
And no matter what, no
She'll
matter
make
what
it.
you're gonna get,
And that's kind of like the
there's
downfall of that movie, like, no matter- no matter
you
what,
can't worry
she's gonna
about
be
her
alright.
being in peril.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we knew that Captain America was gonna make it out of the first Avenger.
Did we?
Yes,
Yes.
we did, because he was gonna be in the Avengers. We knew that.
But we didn't see
Alright,
the
we knew
Avengers.
that going
title,
into
the
it.
first
but we
Avenger.
didn't see the Avengers yet, so they was.
You know what I'm
that-
saying?
It
Like
was
we
titled
hadn't
The First
seen, we hadn't
Avenger.
seen
Yeah,
any
yeah.
material
So we knew he was
after
going to be
that.
in the Avengers.
Yeah,
we
we
knew he was
But I
gonna
mean,
be okay.
But I mean, like maybe he would. I mean,
No.
my argument is that
No,
like maybe
no,
okay, fine. I was
We
gonna
knew
say
he
that
was
maybe
fine.
That's
maybe
not the
the
cat.
argument could have been like instead of the Holland Commanders, it could be like Captain America and the Avengers.
My point is, I'm not gonna. But even then, I felt tension because he's not invulnerable when he fought.
Sure.
Wonder Woman, I don't see.
I haven't
World
seen
War I
anything that hurts her.
soldiers fighting.
That's what I'm
hurting
saying.
her.
I've seen anything that hurt her.
And I don't think I'm going to...
So that's the problem with storytelling in general. Is that
That's the problem with Wonder Woman in general.
no,
because
but I mean,
she's
like
in this weird
going back
position.
to like the Fantastic Four comics.
Sometimes Wonder Woman's
After
like
they
tough,
fought
sometimes she
Galactus,
needs her bracelets. I don't
It's
know.
like after the Fantastic Four
She
fought
just doesn't want to do
Galactus,
that. If someone holds her arms up,
they
she's
fought
fine.
God in one. What other stories can you tell? And
Well, I mean,
that's where
let's not-
argumentary comic book historians said that's where Fantastic Four fell. After they
Well, I think they're wrong.
fought Galactus, what stories can you tell? Now
I
they
think-
had great stories.
I think
after
that's
that.
fucking wrong.
After
but as
that,
far-
you had John Byrne. So yeah,
Yes.
you're wrong.
Well,
But you no longer had Jack and Stan doing the stories
But-
because they rode up to God, fought him and won, and then they're not popular again
But
really until
Fantastic
the
Four,
Burns.
but
series.
Fantastic Four is not about fighting; they're about exploring.
And here's the thing is that was called. They didn't fight Galactus and win. They had a guy say, "Hey, there's Doomsday device in there. Go grab it and show it to him, and he'll go away."
Yes,
That was
they
a-
showed him a lighter. He got scared and ran.
Right. That's not really a fight. That's like what's called saying, "I have the codes to nuclear weapons. Go away."
All right,
Okay,
down
I'm-
with Trump.
Okay, I'm leaving. And then what's called? But you can't do that over and over again.
Why can't we use nuclear weapons?
Stop.
You know what? I want to talk about something else now.
Okay.
Alright.
about Superman in these fucking movies.
Sure.
I really feel like they're leaning way too heavy on this whole Jesus metaphor
Oh
thing.
my god, the religious.
That's just
I-
not
You
a
know
thing.
what? It's-
I
Where
feel
do
like
you
that's
see
In
that
not
the
a thing.
comics, it was always something subtle in the background. Okay, fine. But here they're bringing it to the forefront, and they're like, taking away his humanity.
Super forefront.
you know,
It's
Taking
really-
away
it's
his
really
humanity
bad.
doesn't feel real to
What's
me.
also-
bad.
what's also
I can't
weird, Chris?
relate to him.
What,
where
what
couldn't
I
in the
don't like
comics.
the
He's just a
whole
good guy.
Not
banging
even
about
just
him
comics,
being an
every
alien.
previous
And it's like, but he's
incarnation of
not.
Superman.
Yeah,
He is an
Christopher
alien.
Reeve.
But he's
Christopher
not.
Reeve,
But he's still
fucking,
born and raised
the animated
in the
series.
movie.
Hold on.
You're all talking at
We
once?
can all talk about
Cats and
one,
dogs
all
living
together.
together.
And I told my mom I wanted to sunbathe naked. It's none of her business.
Okay, Janice.
All
Anyway,
right. Eric's gonna put a little link
Chaplin?
here, please, because I think that's a great scene. Hopefully it's on
Janice who?
YouTube.
from the Muppets.
Muppets.
Chad? Oh, Muppet. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it might have been Chaplin. 'Cause I
Eric,
didn't
you
know
wanted
that
to say
story.
something.
Well, the thing is
So
that
I think that
He wanted to say
I
something.
hate you all. I personally, this movie made me think, among other things,
have something.
that
It'll
was
be
called
fine.
Snyder's an atheist.
Well, no, he's
No,
what
I'm
is
just
that?
saying. I'm not saying what he actually is. I'm saying this movie made me feel like he was an atheist and he wanted to tear down God.
God damn it. Jay,
But I
what
don't
is
believe
he? What is he?
atheists
What's
want
that?
to
What's
do
that
that.
belief?
No,
that he
no,
has?
no, no, no.
Hold on, hold on.
I didn't say
Hold on, hold on,
He's an
hold on.
objectivist.
Objectivist. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't say atheists
And Ryan, you can put
want
it here.
to
I'm gonna make Eric do a lot of
destroy
work.
God.
Objectivist.
I'm saying he
Objectivist.
wanted to
Put it
destroy
here.
God.
I'm just gonna piss off Eric.
Okay.
Objectivist.
I'm saying I believe he's an atheist
Okay.
and
Okay.
not atheist equals.
Right.
wants
He's
to
a
destroy.
bad atheist.
I don't know if it's bad or good because I don't know if that's relevant. I'm just saying that was cool. I'm saying I think he wanted to destroy. Like I think this was just his way of going. I don't believe in God. I don't think anybody should. Let's what's called. Let me tear down a God.
Because
That's
that's fine,
how
but
that-
he made Superman into God. I mean,
No, I'm not.
that harms these movies. Cause,
No, I agree. I'm not saying this is a good thing.
okay.
I'm saying this is a very, very bad
movie.
thing.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying I want to get my point across.
All right, go ahead. Say your shit.
I did.
I did. Stop interrupting me. So, because I waited till you were done, and then all of you started fucking talking. Give me some coquito, motherfucker.
Seriously, more Kikito?
Yes, it's good. This is what kept the movie going.
Writers,
The movie's over. We're done. We're out of it.
But it's gonna keep the conversation going. How long
writers
have
and
we
their
been talking?
God
What's it say
complex.
there?
You're driving me home. I have to keep talking until you're done.
We're at 56 minutes.
Oh my god, we've been talking for about an hour.
Really?
Yeah, we've been talking for
Yeah,
a long
just
time.
as long as the movie has.
Alright, so we're gonna finish off with this
All right,
shot. But
so-
you have enough time for me to finish pouring this, and I'm done talking about this
All
fucking
right.
movie.
So we'll probably end up making this a two-parter.
Are we?
Huh?
I don't want to talk anymore.
Motherfucker.
I don't want to talk. I'm done. I talk a lot.
Our podcasts are about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm
This
good
is
with that.
56 minutes.
I'm like, I'm not talking anymore. I mean, I can. I just don't want to talk anymore.
Mark's on strike, motherfucker.
So let me ask this then:
You better hurry it up.
If the Justice League movie ends up being a really good movie, is there any reason to go back to watch this movie again?
No.
No.
It's just interesting to own a movie and not
All
go
right,
back
I'm
to
not.
watch.
Listen, I said earlier, before watching this, I was thinking maybe I'd buy this movie when it came on sale during Amazon's Black Fridays, but I don't even want to see this again.
Is there anything else
I'm
added
done
to
with
this
it.
DVD?
Thank you.
There's some specials, but there's nothing really
That's what I need, more alcohol.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is yours, Eric. Honestly, so at the end of the day, I don't think there's really anything overwhelming other than the director's cut that's shown here.
Right.
The main point of this movie was showing the extra 30 minutes that's shown of what's going on.
Cheers.
Hold on one second. So let's finish this up. I think we should finish on the cheers.
I'm empty, but cheers.
All right, fine. Fuck. All right, fuck. God damn it. I'm gonna fucking finish on the cheers. You fucking drunk ass fucks.
Oh, the horror.
All right. No. Honestly, if you hadn't seen the movie, I think that you should see the director's cut. That's what, motherfucker. Someone put Wilson.
I guess that is a good question.
If you haven't
Should
seen
someone
the
see
original,
this? Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
Well, no.
If someone's holding a gun to your head, is it you have to watch one of them? Fine. Watch the Ultimate
I think
Edition.
it should be seen.
All
I
right,
think if you're a
fine.
fan of
the
comic book movies,
comic
just
movies.
to be able to see Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman
Yep.
on screen,
Yep.
it's
Agreed.
worth it for that reason.
I'm
Other
gonna
than
say
that-
no for one reason.
Why? What's the
you're
reason?
controversial.
No.
Because the theatrical version is shorter.
Yeah, that's part of it.
But you're not gonna be able to see it in the theater.
Hold on, this is probably not gonna be picked up.
You son of a bitch. Stop.
There are
Go
all
on.
kinds of things popping up and down. That's a
If
line
you
I
haven't-
didn't see before.
If you haven't
I hope
seen,
that means it's recording.
oh God, if you haven't,
I don't like doing this. I don't want to do this again.
Podcasting?
I'm talking to you guys. I don't want to talk to you.
You have to. You're family.
Fuck you all.
die.
Oh my
Anyways,
god.
I was trying to
Please
say.
finish talking. I want to drink this and stop. I want to.
If you have not seen it yet, you're not that big a comic book fan.
That's
Okay.
true.
Because you would have gone to see it in the theater. This is going to come out like 2 weeks after the thing.
I have an argument against that, but
Fuck
that's
you.
another podcast.
Shut the fuck up. I
And-
want to end this.
If you do want to see it, why put yourself to 3 hours of torture instead of 2.5 hours of torture? What the gain is not
Does
that
a half
great.
an hour of torture really mean a difference?
It's not gonna increase.
It hurts.
Unless they're drinking like we did.
We drink a lot.
I'm figuring they're
We're not
comic book
done.
fans. They're drinking.
All right. Overall, not a.
Oh
big
wait, hold
fan.
on. Would we recommend watching the extended cut to people?
No.
No.
Yes.
All right.
If I had to suffer,
So one yes. So one yes. One no.
One yes out of spite.
One yes. One no. One no. Yeah, watch it. If you have not watched it, just at least so you know, like, all right, fine. This shit did
Honestly,
really
if you
suck.
By the way,
the actual
he's
version,
lying.
don't bother seeing the-
Here's
Because
here's
he
more
didn't
misery
see
to-
the Superman movie. He never saw the Superman movie that we said was bad. To this day, he has not seen it.
Oh,
You
Superman
haven't
Returns.
seen it?
Yeah, he has not seen Superman Returns.
Whose copy did
Really?
I have?
I've
I
never
had
saw
Jay's
that.
copy.
I've never
He's
saw that.
never
I
seen
never
it.
bought that one.
We said it was bad.
So I
He
watched
had
your
not-
copy.
You watched my copy of Man of Steel, not Superman Returns.
Oh, you should watch Superman Returns.
Should
it's
I?
a far superior movie.
Before we end this, I will say watch Suicide Squad because it's a fucking lot of fun.
It's okay. So we're gonna end on one thing. Each one give like 10 seconds on what they felt about Suicide Squad. I'm gonna start first. A lot of fun. Really didn't make a lot of sense, but I enjoyed it overall regarding the characters. Will Smith and Margot Robbie really carried the movie. They weren't in it. I think it would have been a terrible movie. Next.
It's a shit-shaped cake. If you can get past the visual of what you're watching and just enjoy it, it's great. But there's a mess in there.
It is a bad movie. It's a bad movie. But you got Will Smith. He does a great performance.
Yep.
Margot Robbie does great. Fucking Jay Hernandez as El
Yes,
Diablo.
Jay
is
Hernandez.
Really, really good.
Honestly, Jay Hernandez.
It is the best Jai Courtney movie that he has made.
And that's not saying a lot, but Jay Courtney.
It's fucking fun. It's worth.
It's
seeing.
fun, but it's stupid.
I hate it, but it's worth seeing.
Wilson,
It's not
I don't like the bullshit of
You didn't see
of
it.
Joker
That's what
being in character all the time. That bullshit of
All
an
right,
actor
you didn't-
saying they
Wilson,
gotta
let's
be
see
in
it.
character.
All right.
I think it's stupid.
All right.
Section 8. 8 at the 8 spots.
At the
Cheers.
eighth spot.
Cheers.
Enjoy. Mazel tov.
More alcohol. Yeah.
So for At the 8 Spot podcast, I'm Wilson.
I'm Jason.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Mark. Thank you. Cheers.
Enjoy.
And just to remind everybody, we do have a Patreon account. If you do like the stuff that we're doing, just
Should that be a link below?
click on the link below and help support us. And even just $1 is $1 that'll help us produce more of these videos.
I thought Wilson was supposed to say.
He's drunk and forgot.
We're all drunk. Honestly, I forgot all about it. I was like, where are we?
Frankly,
I
I
live
didn't
here.
have a chance to get there till Eric ran into it.
Well, since
Hey,
But we're doing a lot of cool things for that particular website.
Yeah, we want to put a lot of stuff out and show us being stupid like this. So, enjoy. Thank you guys, Jen. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
you.
Take
Have a
care.
good night, everyone.
We're out.